Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry giant on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Dr. Anil Kumar Gupta. He is a dynamic technology leader with a proven track record of successfully leading high performing teams and driving strategic initiatives across a variety of industries. With an extensive background in project and program management, he has excelled in areas including strategic planning, quality assurance and control, system engineering, release management, business tie-ups, and new setups. He has a Ph.D. in strategy. At present, he is giving his invaluable services at CDAC Pune in the capacity of an associate director. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. We appreciate your willingness to share your knowledge and engage in this conversation.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you for wonderful intro. Thank you very much.
So, Dr. Gupta, could you begin the session by letting our viewers know in brief about your career journey with important highlights on milestones, decisive steps, early career inspirations, etc.?
Sure. Yeah, let me do that. What I'll do, I think, in fact, I'll start with my education before how I moved into my first job and all. So I did my bachelor's in computer engineering from University of Pune in 1991, and that is from a private college in Sangamner, which is near Nasik district, Ahmednagar. I passed out in 1991 in first division in computer engineering. That was actually, incidentally, that was the first batch of which officially passed out from the college. Rather, second batch in which we were there, and first batch there were only 2 students who were moved to Pune University, some college, because there was not much faculty. So the fresh college, new college there. So we were like the first kind of people, first batch of students who passed out from that college in computer engineering branch in 1991, and lack of faculty was the standard problem in those days, and computer science was very new. So it was all hard work and I guess sweat and blood which we toiled into getting the degree done. And then I had qualified my GATE at that time while in college itself, and I got admission into IIT Roorkee in 1992 for my master's in computer science and engineering. I joined in IIT Roorkee, which is closer to my hometown Saharanpur. It's about 92 July I joined there, and I passed out in 94. February 94 I cleared my master's in computer science and technology with honors. I had a percentage of 80.07 or 80.1%. And from there I had started my first job. In fact, I got a job from campus in a company called DCM Datacon System, which I did not join because I had got a job opportunity in the government organization called CDOT, which is Center for Development of Telematics, which is based in Delhi, and it's a government of India's initiative, and they were the first telecom switches manufacturers or R&D organization set up by government of India way back when Rajiv Gandhi was there. It was set up by Sam Pitroda. In 94 I joined as a trainee there in Bangalore, and till 96 I was there working as an individual contributor, contributing to switching softwares, signaling system 7 switching software, and that's went on till May 1996. That is when I moved out to join a small services company called Network Programs in Noida. The company had a services outsource project from Fujitsu, Japan. And I had a team of freshers who just came fresh out college. So I was also individual contributor initially, but then when we got the project, being one of the senior person there, so the responsibility of nurturing them, mentoring them, fallen on me. And I was also based on site in Japan with team. This went on for about 6 to 9 months. I traveled every 6 months. I used to travel for on business visa, and there I had a team based in Japan as well as a team in India. So it was like offshoring plus onshoring both. And our team Touchwood did a good, wonderful job. And client appreciated that. And for next project, they particularly asked for me to lead that project. So then again, architected that for PNI implementation in Fujitsu switches. And till 2000, December 2000, I was in network programs. That is when I got an opportunity to join Lucent Technologies in Bangalore for their Stinger DSLAM system. And for as part of that job, I was sent to US for 2 months training to LA. Again, as individual contributor only, though my title was project manager, program manager. For 2 months, I spent in LA learning the basics of the switches, the DSLAM switch, and then came back in India. So we were Indian, also we were like individual contributor only, and there were a couple of more guys there. And work was quite appreciated by people in my counterparts in US. And then in around 2 3 years down the time, the Lucent decided to wind up the business of DSLAM. At that time, Lucent Technologies, another arm data networking group, was hiring in Bangalore. So our complete team, including my manager, moved to that different division, data networking group. He was technical manager of the group, and I was the individual contributor again. So I continued there initially as an individual contributor, fixing bugs, adding new features and all that. After a while, when our center head, who was like center head for Bangalore, the development center, he was an expat. He was moving back to US. So my boss got promotion to take role of his, like he became the center head. And in turn, I got promoted as a technical manager to head the team which he was heading, which was about a 30 members team. We were into mostly like protocols. And so this, and then along with it, there was a big software release going on in Lucent at that time. Lucent was into multi-service switches business. And so we had a big software come hardware release where we were releasing new hardware card, Ethernet card, as well as new software protocol features. And I was given the chance to be a release manager of that release, along with having the responsibility of protocols technical manager, as well as one more such a responsibility fallen on me when the technical manager of device driver team was leaving. I was asked to take over that team as well. So I had two teams at the same time, 30 members each. One was device drivers team, second was this protocols development, and third responsibility was with me as the release manager of the complete software release. The software release had about 80 to 100 members contributing to me to release along with me, and this was like more like development testing. And my responsibility, release manager, was to complete responsibility of delivering the complete end-to-end release, including software and hardware, with, and I had to collaborate or coordinate with the product engineering or system engineering team based out of US, who are the main interact or the main people who are in touch with the clients in US. They will come back to us with the feature requests coming from the clients. And then it was my job to negotiate with them what we can do, what we cannot do. It's more like they come up, they do this feature, and we'll say that, okay, manpower is short, or we can do only a scaled down version of this feature. So negotiating on like what we can actually deliver with quality, it was on my hand. And then technical quality of the software, the hardware, what were going in the release was also to be controlled by me. I was directly reporting to the director or center head in Bangalore, as well as there was a senior VP of engineering based out of US who was also like dotted line reporting for my dotted line reporting was to him. So this like went on for about 2.5 years. It was one of the largest release which I delivered, with 2+ million lines of code and about 80 to 100 members contributing with 8 to 10 leads. And once this got over, then Lucent had a Bell Labs arm, R&D arm. They were setting up an incubation center in Bangalore. Idea of incubation center was more like your startup ventures. So Bell Labs was putting funds, and they acquired ideas from their internal scientists, and they decided to funding ideas which were business worthy. About 3-4 ideas were funded, and the development team was to be based out of India. And this was to be based out of center which I was asked to set up. So I became center head in 2006. I'd set up this center from 0 to 60 members in about 6 months' time, including members from my old team as well as outsourced members from various outsourcing companies like Saskane and other companies in Bangalore. And I had about 4 projects running for about 3 years' time, for which technical leadership was based out of US, but local responsibility of running day-to-day operations of center as well as the coordination between team as in India as well as US technical leadership was my responsibility as center head. So you can say it was a more like CEO kind of role. All purchase, HR, recruitment, everything I was supposed to coordinate as center head. And in between, there's one more tragedy that happened with me. I had suffered a brain stroke in 2007. That brain stroke left me like my left side partially paralyzed. So I still have that remaining effects of that. So my left hand still does not work at all. And I walk with a limp using a splint. So this is now, you can imagine, it's almost 17 years now, 2007 and 6. But still, like I've been working and I can do everything with my right side. My right side is God's willingness that I am still strong from right side. I do everything is from right side. My right hand is perfectly working. So that was a good experience for me. I still count lucent days as one of my best time in my career. As a center head as well as individual contributor as a technical manager when I was leading the data networking group. I got laid off. I moved to Noida to join my old company network programs. They had a development center in Noida. I asked to take up the charge of as a head of development center in Noida. So team was about 50-60 members. Again, I had joined there as a center head or ODC head of that development center in Noida. Again, our services were outsourced from Fujitsu, Japan. So this I could not stay very long. That was about 1.5 years I stayed there. They said I was disabled, so this was kind of a problem for them. They wanted somebody who could run around and get more business. So traveling was a bit of issue for me at that time. So with mutual consent, I moved out and then they got somebody else who could do the running around. And then in 2010, I applied to CDAC Bangalore, CDAC Pune, sorry. And I got an offer letter and I joined as a joint director in 2012, July. Their HPC infrastructure, HPC tech group. And since 2012, July 2012, I am here. I have been promoted since to associate director. And my next promotion should be to senior director, which next year probably, if all goes well. And here I have like contributed to cyber security, high performance computing, and slowly I have diverged into AI, ML, 5G, IoT, SDN, this technical area as they came. And in the process, other thing which I started in CDAC was that I started interacting with students. As an initiative in my group, I started recruiting interns from various engineering colleges around Pune. And like these interns were over there like doing their masters in MTech in computer science, or they were in final year of BTech computer science. Both of them like MTech student needed the dissertation course supervisor and BTech student needed a external supervisor to guide their projects. So I filled up both the roles. In the process, like since 2013 till date, I have co-supervised about 25 plus master's dissertation and 30 plus BTech final year projects. And in it has been a win-win situation for both because I get to experiment the new technology as and when something comes. And in the process, I have published more than 75 papers, more than about 6 to 8 book chapters, one book co-authored, and I filed about 7 to 8 patents. So this I consider the best part of my life because I get to see what happens when I'm reading a lot of stuff and government organization doesn't give that kind of salary which private organizations give. So for me, that's the advantage that I get to the technology. I can't work through my organization. I keep that technology or paper aside. And when I get a student who is interested in doing project with me, I'll put this project idea to them. And they'll be happy because they're getting a professional from a good company. CDEC has very good name around in Pune. So I will take them up as intern on. I'll guide them on their projects. So like 3-4 members team will join me on that project. My responsibility will be to guide them on project, get the POC done with them, prototype done, and then they get their project done. I get my idea implemented in the process. I will get a couple of papers also published. So this was a wonderful thing which has been going on for me. I'm still engaged in that, and once in a while I get also patent to file. So that is where I am right now. Today in between I did my PhD in strategy from West Coast University, Panama. So strategy actually it came out when it was more like management thing, but I was more computer science. I am computer science guy. So I took that topic in a way that it was became strategic management of technological innovation and HR using project management office. So this technological innovation and HR with strategic management is more like managing a program. The idea is to put these technical innovation follow-up and HR follow-up as the programs and projects. So use PMO project management office to track them and implement those ideas. That was the basic premise of my dissertation. And since then, I have been like, actually, one thing which is having the side good, you can say fortunately, unfortunately, after my stroke, my brain has become hyperactive. I read a lot and I still keep on doing a lot. I have done like since then, I've done micro masters in business management from IIM Bangalore and applied business analytics from ISB Hyderabad and advanced course in financial management from Accelerate Jamshedpur. HR analytics from SP Jitmer. And I still keep, I am currently enrolled to a cybersecurity course from IIT Kanpur, which I hope to complete in 6 months' time, by February next year. Apart from the smaller courses, that's what is pretty much my career path as well as education. And that's where I am here.
Amazing, Dr. Gupta. Thank you for the excellent start to this interview. It's an honor to interact with someone who exudes such a strong corporate personality. All right, so continuing our conversation, we would like to know that what values do you carry from your nearly 2.5 decades of career?
Yeah. See, ultimately, software development, what I values now, software development is like being professional ethics. Professionalism is one thing which one has to be there if you are doing a software development for any large organization like MNC as well as services organization. And team management, people management, another aspect value which I bring along with me. And my target has always been like lead from front, stand with team, along with team and for team. So it's basically not, and it's very clear that one person, like no matter how brilliant I am, I can't do anything alone. Whatever I have achieved, it's always been with my team's support and help. Alone, I would not achieve anything at all. And if the project would not have completed, if I had not a good support from so all these values come with me. I value the contribution of my team. I have learned to handle how to manage people, how to retain talent in organization, how to recruit good talent, how to identify good talent, and then other thing which comes with me is how to manage large programs with large teams, and how to help my team in solving problems or fixing defects which pop up. So I've developed a good observation around how problems are coming up, how to track your requirements. So all these things I think are going to be very useful going forward wherever I go.
Interesting. So that leads us to my next question. As you have a PhD in strategy, could you advise our viewers with insights into your thesis on strategy?
Yeah, I definitely. So as I said, my thesis topic was strategic management of technological innovation and HR using PMO, that is project management office. So technological innovation and HR management both are in strategic management terms are to be treated as a programs running in our organization. As a program running, then it is kind of logical to use project management office to manage them. That was the basic premises which while researching, I found that this is suggested by even PMI recommends this, and now a lot of research papers talked about that, and I picked it up, and then that's what my thesis premise was, that use PMO to manage these technological innovation as well as HR management using strategic management or strategy of the organization.
Okay. So now that we have discussed your career journey, your professional pursuits, roles and responsibilities, strategy, your PhD, Let's move on to another subject, which is on corporate governance and ESG. So, what piqued your interest in corporate governance then?
Corporate governance actually, before I think I to be very frank, till I attended a seminar from Directors Institute, I was not aware of this kind of opportunities are available around, and corporate governance is something. Probably I would have read in passing, but never noticed that. After this seminar, it picked up my interest, and then after doing I joined for the course and I doing some of the video, I realized that corporate governance is nothing but a set of systems and processes devised for organization to manage its functioning well. And the set of systems and processes, managing them and following them, what independent director is supposed to do is something very similar to what I have done as part of program management in software development. Program management software development also has like set of systems and processes which are supposed to be followed as part of software development cycle to ensure that you're delivering quality to your customers. So that aspect gels very well with both sides. And once I could catch that fact, it was like of huge interest to me that I can definitely contribute to it. Something which is not like anybody coming to it. No, I can bring some value to this from this aspect. And then I continue. I'm still, I hope to contribute to some good organization. And corporate governance definitely offers the opportunity which I as software development professional I will not get. Like to advise or counsel senior management on strategy for the organization, larger organization, which most of us like at even Howard senior, we might become a technical later, will never get probably. But this opportunity comes if you're part of that corporate governance team. So that is what has me going.
Absolutely, Dr. Gupta. So, before we conclude our discussion on this subject, I would like to ask you, as a corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table then?
Okay. So one thing, let me clarify, I think very bluntly that I'm not yet a corporate governance expert. At least couple of boards to serve on. Then I eventually intend to become a corporate governance expert, but not right now. As of yet, I am not yet. I know somewhat. You can say that I just started my inning, gone to the pitch and taken guard for batting. If I were to compare analogy with cricket, yet to face my first ball. But I hope to do well and become expert over the time. I have learned, and then I intend to apply all my experience from software development side, whatever parallels I can draw between that SDLC law software development life cycle to the corporate governance life cycle for organization. Wherever I can, and then observation skills which I have developed in software development will come in handy here. Like keeping a strong eye on proceedings of the board, and then try to keep an eye for pitfalls or the kind of shortcomings of the whole process where the things are slipping from systems and processes which are supposed to be done. And as a corporate governance, as independent director, supposed to be watchdogs for organization where board. And that's what my role as a program managers are also kind of watchdogs for organization where they are responsible for ensuring that all the software development is done as per the procedure defined as bug as per customers requirement. The same thing applies to here. So from that parallel, that way I think I should be able to contribute in that drive. And people management aspect, I've got myself trained to identify strengths of my team members and whose strength can be used to fix what to apply where. That will come in handy me like all other colleagues from the board where I am serving as a member. Try to identify other members' strengths and use them like together we can probably contribute in a better way. So again, team management aspect will come in handy. People management aspect will come in very handy for me. Those are the strengths I bring to table.
Okay. All right. So, Dr. Gupta, let's discuss your core competence area, that is technology. And since it has become an integral part of our life, so as someone working closely with technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, Web 3.0?
Yeah. See, AI and ML is going to biggest change has come in AI ML. I think from my time, if I were to be very frank, when I started my career in '94, AI was unheard of. Like I had a subject in MTech, but that was not taught as per what they teach today. Since then, AI has become has come at the forefront of all technological platform, and all the students as I say, I guide interns and BTech projects. Everyone wants to work only and only in AI. So AI has become like, now you probably will be familiar with Chat GPT. So these kind of things are going to help and play a big role in organizations' corporate governance aspect. And blockchain is securing, basically creating trust. It is kind of a unbreakable technology as of now, may not remain so long as the quantum computing is going to be the biggest threat to all encryption or cryptography. So all these cryptography algorithms need to be redevised to make sure that they are not breakable with quantum. Or some aspect of quantum computing has to be incorporated in these cryptography techniques so that they remain unbreakable. And slowly, I think the corporate governance, wherever the contracts are being signed, so these non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and some aspect of cryptography, or sorry, blockchain is going to play a major role along with AI in corporate governance. Web 3.0 is still away, but Web 3.0 also is like based on blockchain. So blockchain is going to play a big role. So Web 3.0 also might come in handy. And now the almost pretty much AI will help you automate a lot of things. So it can predict for you, like for example, corporate governance will help the board to in analyzing and predicting what kind of scenarios like profit scenarios are going to be, how projects will be delivered, how will be delivered on time, or what are the project possibilities of its failing. AI takes into account all the historical information which is available to it, and on that basis plus current new variables, it predicts how things are going to work out for you. And that aspect is going to be very useful to corporate governance to make a good decision or in full informed decision. That's why I see a big role to be played by AI. But on the other side, AI has its issues, like it sometimes tend to bias. And trustworthiness of AI is also issue which corporate governance or the board members have to always be wary of. Keeping that does not steps it beyond its boundary and does something harmful to all of us. That is, and IoT is, I think, IoT probably will useful for companies and which are in technical light side, especially in if you talk about healthcare. Sensors, IoT sensors like to monitoring your health are already being played. I think you go to the emergency room or casualty ward, where all these sensors which are constantly monitoring your blood pressure, heartbeat, and other parameters. So these are the IoT sensors which are giving you information every second to the monitoring doctor so that they can ensure that patient is in good health. Further going forward, probably computer vision aspect, we're using camera to monitor. Let's say you have elderly patient at home. I can put a camera in his room and I can, through computer vision, I can monitor how he is moving around. Let's say he has fallen from his bed or he is coughing very severely. All those situations can be easily monitored or observed from camera, and alert can be read the right time so that the elderly person can get the care and attention at the right moment. It can save a lot of lives in long run.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnets. The move is meant for cross pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So, what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the
I
whole
think
team of
it
World
is,
Development
sorry,
Corporation?
let me just, I think it is a really wonderful initiative from Mr. Jishan Pathan as well Mr. Heval Mehta. As I said that prior to attending this seminar from Directors Institute, I was not even aware of what this thing about corporate governance, all that is. So people like me, there are plenty of people like me around there who have not this any idea about what this corporate governance, what independent directors role is. So it's basically spreading a lot of awareness around people like me who will come forward, and ultimately organizations are going to benefit from this. So I think it's a win-win situation for industry as well as the individual candidates. It's a wonderful initiative, and I would love to say that probably we need to bring your organization on board also in this initiative. So let's say when seminar happen, maybe organizations can also join those seminars and give few words of advice from their side about what they seek, what kind of skill set or what kind of requirement they have, so that some candidates are better prepared in that direction, or they can also help them join hands with, like, they can see a collaboration between Director Institute as well as the organizations in training candidates in a better way, that they're better prepared for to serve in organizations. So I definitely see it as a wonderful initiative from Director Institute as well, Mr. Jishan Pathan as well as Mr. Heval Mehta. Hats off to them.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Dr. Anil Kumar Gupta, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover,
thank you very much.
trust that this
Sunny.
initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you, Sunny and Bhakti.
Pleasure. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.